So we actually see G10 saying that the blood runs thick, which of course, knowing how they saw how he's still in prison, knowing of how all this actually happens, with he's actually talking with Mr. Compress. So now the result of them kept the marriage inside the family between members of different branches, which the Himura clan as actually was paid by the Todoroki family, in which they talk about how their quirks are two different paths. In other words, we see how people set their hearts on a side to pursue power, which brings to the future. But back to the Ghana mountain, we see how all this actually happens when Endeavor actually tried to stop Toya from exploding, knowing how he is going to take damage towards his power, which we see how he turned into a fiery demon like an Inferno in Fire Force. So using his fire punch to attack Endeavor, knowing how he doesn't have his arms, and telling him that telling him to put out his flames because he doesn't want him to die. Knowing how he loses consciousness, he tries his best to talk him out of situations like this. But he actually say, on the other hand, people who actually manifest what they call hip, historical strength, which it haven't been the same as an unraking, but we see what he actually knew about Ray's court, in which we see how the memories, how all of this actually happened, which we see how he turns back into normal to his stoppy form, but knowing how he doesn't want the burden anymore, but knowing how he doesn't want him to drag anyone else into what has happened neither. So now we see Rain actually joining the battle, knowing how she wants to help her husband in the situation right now, with the fact that she's going to take the injury as well. So now that we actually knew how everyone who actually say about the court marriages between Endeavor and Rain knew how all this actually happened, but right now we see how Endeavor tries to stop Toya from exploding, but we see how Rain is actually joined in the battle. So are we going to see what's going to happen on the next chapter next weekend? So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime God here saying signing out. Layers and be safe.